Okay, this is the second part of a brief overview of ACGTuate. I'm just kind of going over some of the major points that we have listed here as to why ACGTuate's, why we wrote ACGTuate, why it's an important product. Let's see, I went over these first 2 points in the other overview, and I'll start on this one. ACGTuate's for biologists and developers. If you're a biologist and you're not going to be interested in some of the developer features that we have, you're just going to be interested in what's available. And we have these various toolboxes with different tools in them. This is the Entres toolbox, and this allows you to add Entres searches into your pipelines. There's a sequence toolbox that has many of the embossed tools in it. The algorithm toolbox with some of the popular sequence alignment algorithms and other things. And the most important one is the community toolbox. And this has contributions from the community. ACGTuate allows you to define new services, and those services can run anywhere. And if you're a biologist using ACGTuate, you don't really care where the service is running. You just want to be able to use it, to integrate it into your pipeline to do some work. And the community toolbox will hold a lot of the contributions. And in fact, most of the new things that we supply are going to be supplied through the community toolbox, because we've added many things to the UI to make it easy to define services. Over here is how you define a service using My Pipeline Services, and this defines the node that gets dragged onto the onto the pipeline editor surface. And so that's what we're going to be using. Instead of having to go in and modify some of our internal code, we've made it so that you can add your own service. Anybody can do this. So that's where you'll see new sequence analysis tools appear in the future. If I look here now, we have some embossed services and some things that we've done for testing. But you're going to see a lot of things appear here. We have many things in the works right now. So let me go back to the welcome screen. And so, yeah, if you're as I was saying, if you're a biologist, it's just a matter of dragging services to pipeline editor and connecting them together. I can get a DB sequence that fetches a sequence from a database, and I can feed it into BLAST, for instance. So it's a very, very easy metaphor for a biologist to understand. I mean, everybody can understand what a workflow in a pipeline is. So it's that's the whole metaphor for ACGTuate is the workflow or pipeline. And if we go down to the last point, ACGTuate as an integration platform, you can use ACGTuate for globally distributed data processing. That's the whole point of being able to define these pipeline services. Anybody can do it. They have control. There's a permission tab in here, and we have a very sophisticated access control mechanism here, so that you can define services and you can control who has access to them, and they can run anywhere. And we don't care where they run. ACGTuate doesn't care where they run. But ACGTuate coordinates all the activities. Make sure everything flows through the pipeline. So, from your point of view, if you're a biologist, you can construct a very complicated pipeline, and the services that the pipeline invokes can be running anywhere, and you don't really care where they run. You just want to get the results. So it's very powerful. It's a very powerful metaphor for doing computational work.